back to L Does Boxing. We back with another one. So this one right here, we're just gonna do a little quick recap from yesterday's fights. We're gonna preview what's going on tonight, and then touch on some news and notes and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna give some time for some questions and stuff like that, just in case you guys may have something. Feel free to definitely drop your thoughts and concerns in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? I truly appreciate it. Um, but before we get into it, you guys can follow me also on Twitter at OverJ. Feel free to tap in. Instagram, L Does Boxing. It's scrolling across the bottom. Feel free to tap in. It's all good. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Let me go through it. Appreciate you guys coming through. Ronald Franklin in the building with the super chat early. I appreciate it. He said, chop, chop, respect already at the law. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Ronald Franklin be up in here. I appreciate it, for sure. I appreciate it. Had a little bit of technical situation, but I appreciate it. Yes, sir. In the building. But you know, I don't duck no smoke though. It's all love and everything, but I ain't duck no smoke when it comes to this boxing shit. JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Salute. There you go. You crazy. But salute to you though. Yes, sir. We up in here. Yes, sir. Let me see. What else we got? They talking about we ducking when you come around. You crazy. We ready always. Yabe in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute, 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 salute. Yes, sir. We're gonna get into it though. I see the USA picks, so I mean, that's what's up, man. I got Nova and Benavidez and Benavidez and Berta Biev. I be getting their names messed up. Benavidez, Berta Biev. Maybe they need to fight, but okay, I'm with you on that. We'll see though. I think Nova got his hands full, but he can win the fight. He's the bigger guy for sure. But let's get into some of the recap from yesterday. I don't know if you guys seen it or whatever, but Nathan Gorman came back. He got a first round knockout, easy work. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really to talk about. It just he fought for an IBF minor belt, so that's going to get him a top 15 ranking. You know what I'm saying? This is on Wiseman Boxing, Channel 5 in the UK. You know what I'm saying? So he looked all right. You know what I'm saying? Still, I like to see him come in a little lighter. I like him around 250, 245, but we're going to see. Josh Kelly came back. He had a 4-round, stoppage victory. He looked okay. It was one-way action. So he coming back after a long layoff and got his first stoppage loss to Avanesian. So he moved up to 154. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what they're going to do with him. So, yeah, that's what's up. So that was the two notable guys on this card that came back. All the rest of the guys, the prospects and the guys that was featured, they all won their fight. So it is what it is. This one was on ProBox last night. This is a little upset. Ortiz, he stopped Cardoza in the first round. That fight was a firefight. It started off kind of tactical, but then my man Ortiz caught him with some, clipped him. He kind of knocked him out standing up. You know what I'm saying? This is on ProBox TV. It's a new app full of boxing. You know what I'm saying? You got Roy Jones, Tarver, Paulie Malignaggi. So you got a bunch of guys commentating and stuff like that. And it's a cool little app. $1.99 a month. Pretty cool. They had Pascal versus Phelan Mean earlier in the month. So I'm saying, it's all good. Well, last month. So yeah, but this fight was kind of crazy though. It was a 1-round shootout. So Ortiz got the upset victory. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on. They had another card on ESPN Plus last night. La Cobra, she's a WBC champion. We're gonna touch on her too in this live. But she got a 10-round decision, you know what I'm saying, box well, and she can punch too. She bruised up old girl, and she got her payback because my girl Gonzalez beat her early in her career. And then the main event, David Cuellar, he got a body shot knockout. You know what I'm saying? He was taking some punishment though. He suffered 2 cuts on both eyes. You know what I'm saying? He a young fighter, but it's a learning thing. He got hurt too in that fight too. He got buckled, but he came back, and that was on ESPN Plus last night. So, pretty 2 good fights. You know what I'm saying? And then to close off the night, this was on Thompson Boxing YouTube channel. It was an upset in the main event though. Saul Sanchez, he was a top 15, top 10. He had top 10 ranking in the WBO at 118. So he was riding high. He came in against Eros Corio. Corio boxed his head off basically. Like it was like a 7 rounds to 3 type of fight. I ain't gonna lie because my man Saul Sanchez wasn't really doing too much. My man was dictating boxing, using the jab, and he was touching him up too. Mid rounds, he started to touch him up and kind of pulled away with the fight. So that was a little upset. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good local show down here in California. A lot of the prospects won their fight, so yeah, it was something to just to tap in on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. Well, we're gonna move on though. Let me go to the chat. He said, Robisi and Joe. Okay, yes, sir. Miss Mechanical in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. ESPN. Yeah, ESPN's about to be on crazy. Yeah, we're gonna touch on cash flow. I like him. Troy Isley, that's another good one. Salute to you, bro. Ron Franklin in the building. My man D'Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Salute. All right, we're gonna move on to what's going on today. I'm not even sure about these cards, but because they ain't put nothing out. But Archie Sharp, he supposed to fight today. He's number one in the WBO. I gotta check on his results though. I know he probably been fought already, but he's number one in WBO for Shakur Stevenson. He looking to get a mandatory spot, so he got to win basically. And Harvey Davis, the WBA ordered him to face Sandor Martin, so he fighting today. We'll see how their results looking like. He got to win so he can get that fight with Sandor Martin, and that's an eliminator. So yeah, we'll see. That's a little quick note today. We're gonna definitely touch on what they got going on. Guess I'm just a fanboy. Who you a fanboy? Luna. Luna, nice with it though. If you talking about her. All right, so my man Trey X in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So y'all know I be into the women and shit like that, and I gotta touch on something because I know women's boxing is like at an all-time high right now, but a lot of us really don't follow it like that. But we got another division that's kind of spicy. 130 is nice. We got Michaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgartner. You got Delphine Pearson up in there. Tierra Brown, if she can get a fight. 118 has kind of came alive as well. You got Luna right here. She just defended her title last night. She's a tall, rangy fighter. She probably the biggest puncher though, because she be bruising girls up when she fight. So I'm thinking about let's do a tournament. You know what I'm saying? A full weight tournament like they did at 140. Chantel Cameron and Kaylee Reese supposed to fight for the undisputed. So I'm like, shit, do one right here. This one hot right here. So you got the WBC champion right here, Luna. She nice with it. The one, my personal favorite, and I think the best in this division, this Dana Thorsland. She's from Denmark. She's undefeated, 2 division world champion. She's the WBO champion in 118. She actually dropped down from 22 to 18. She nice with it. Good skills, good boxer, kind of compact, short, like to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? She nice with it though. So throw her in the tournament, you know what I'm saying? And then of course you got the WBA champion, Jamie Mitchell, who is just a nice boxer, good counter puncher, like to use the ring, you know what I'm saying? She fight out of Vegas. She took the belt from what's her name? Shannon Courtney. So they supposed to ran that back, whatever. But shit, throw her in the tournament. And then of course this will be the start of the tournament, Ebony Bridges, because she, you know what I'm saying, she sold herself with the sex appeal and stuff like that. Man, she can fight too. She just won the world title, the IBF, a couple of months ago. So put those 4 ladies in the tournament. Yo, that I think we'll probably have some good fights as well because it's really not much to separate. You know, all of them got their different styles. You know, Emily Bridges is a come forward, aggressive guy. Excuse me, aggressive lady. I'm tripping. Aggressive lady that can fight. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to box a little bit too. Jamie Mitchell is a technician. Dina Thorsland is a compact, aggressive fighter, like to come forward. And then Luna is a boxer. So I'm saying throw all of them in the mix and let's see who can come out undisputed. So that's just me. Just watching Luna last night, that just kind of opened my eyes to the division. Well, I know about the division, but that idea of having a tournament because women's boxing is popping, and they really don't have to wait too long to fight. You know, what I'm saying, the best competition in their division. So I had to throw that out there. I had to throw that one out there. Let me see. Davies, he won by KO. Okay, I appreciate that. so he stays alive and get the Sandor Martin fight. I appreciate that. I missed that one. It says women's boxing. Yeah, it is for sure. It said when her and Had Bridges lose the world title. I don't know. You gotta ask him though. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking for a fan perspective, but probably not. He'll probably have her get a couple of fights in. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I mean, he didn't do that to Chantel Cameron. He felt like she was ready. I don't know. I mean, he gave her opportunity, so that's something that's for him though. I don't know. That one's for me. I love Jamie Mitchell. Yeah, she can fight. She can fight. She nice with it. She nice with it. He said, I'm leaning to Savannah Marshall lately, but Shields is a beast. Yeah, I think that's gonna be easier fight for Carissa as you think. She too slow. Old girl too slow, but she do got the power. That's something we gotta look out for. You know, Carissa never had an opponent that people think they can beat her. So y'all gonna be surprised when she make it easy. You can't make this stuff up. Yes, sir. So we're gonna see. So I want to switch topics though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a chance to talk about this one, but I want to speak on it. So Anthony Joshua hired Robert Garcia as a coach for his upcoming fight, August the 20th versus Usyk. He gonna run it back. You know, of course I heard other people's thoughts and stuff on this, but mine is a little different, man. Maybe I look at it kind of different. Of course I do, but I think this is a great move. Like real good move. He got a guy that's been around. He's a championship coach. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? He have his ups and downs with his stable. Um, but far as this move, I like it. And this is an underrated thing nobody really talking about. When you get these coaches and you switching back and forth and stuff like that, it's not more yes, it's about game plan and what they bring to the table as a coach, but it's also what they know. And I'm saying that to say this, you know, Robert Garcia had that gym in Arsenal, California. All those guys from Ukraine and all those guys from those Middle Eastern countries, Igor Kavalasis. You remember, he was working with the manager Igor Clemens. He even had one of his fighters took him to the world title. The Russian kid, Igralovich. He took Igralovich to a world championship. He was in that same stable as Usyk, Lomachenko, Mean Machine, Vespucci. So he had a gym up in Oxnard. He know those guys. You know what I'm saying? He know Usyk. He know what he brings to the table, how good he is. Now, of course, he improved. That was like 2017 or something like that, 2018. But he got a drop. He got inside scoop. That's something that people not really talking about. So he understand that style. He's seen Loma up close and personal. He's seen Vespucci got the same similar style. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he got a drop. Maybe he got some intel. You know, some of this shit in boxing is about what you know, who know him, who got the drop, who know. Hey, maybe this guy he been out partying. Yo, hey, you know what I'm saying? So they got to beat on that. You know, boxing is a small world. Like it only take one person to say something. That shit everywhere. You feel me? So I think it's a good move. He gonna make and then if you want to look at the tactics, he gonna make him aggressive. That's what he needs to be against Usyk. I thought the fight was dead even after 8, and then Usyk turned it on and just won the last 4 rounds for me on my card. But the first fight, I felt like he was in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could have stepped it up a little bit, be the big man. But I know one thing, Robert gonna have him kind of solid on. He ain't the best defensive coach. I ain't say he don't train it, but his guys don't fight like that. But he gonna have him offensively aware. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good move, actually. You know what I'm saying? And if you compare that with the other coaches that he came over here to talk to, Ronnie Shields and stuff like that, maybe they didn't have that drop like on Usyk like that. You know what I'm saying? AJ seemed like the type of guy that's kind of mentally, he need to be okay mentally. He ain't like the most strongest guy to me. I don't know him, but the way he come off. So maybe Robert kind of cooled him down and said, "Listen, I know this kid. I know what we can do against him, and I think he could win the fight. We'll see how everything works out. Now, all that may not mean anything when they get in the ring, but I'm just speaking on what could have happened because that's something that a lot of people probably didn't even know. So, you know, I hear stuff like, "Well, Robert never trained a heavyweight and this, that, and the third." I mean, that's like anything. Like If you ain't never did something before and then you go try it and you always want to do it, you may be motivated to do it. You may have a different mindset. I don't know. Maybe he sees something that can help the kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my intake on that. You know what I'm saying? Um, my man, Isaiah Fields in the building. Cawanello, what's good with you, bro? Salute. I'm weary of AJ Garcia. You remember Rio's right one station, man. I'm not though. I'm not. I'm not weary of. I mean, AJ gonna be AJ. Ain't really too much. He can make him. He can make him aggressive. Make him be a big man. I like Garcia for Joshua too. Joshua's on the red game plan. Yeah, yeah. He got some good game plans, and he resurrected guys too. Like I'm just saying, when you speaking on coaches, I think you gotta be able to do all that shit. Like, have you been able to resurrect a guy? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to take a guy that's talented from like I'm not taking nothing away from guys that have good fighters from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I like the coach to be well rounded. Like, can he be a hired gun? Can he take a guy from the ground up? Can he resurrect careers? You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. That's what I like. Said facts. He knows that stuff. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are missing that. They talking about well, he only trains smaller guys. All right. You know what I'm saying? He got a heavyweight too. See, that's why like when you be bashing shit, going down on people's stuff and trying to tear it down, you gotta look at what they got. He got a 6'9" southpaw heavyweight that fights on top rank, like 2-3-0. And they say he never trained heavyweights. He had Brandon Glanson, who was a cruiserweight, but shit, that's 1 mil from a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of his fights been above the cruiserweight limit. He trained him before. It just didn't work out with the business. That's Mikey Garcia's fighter. So, a lot of people, I don't know. But I got another one too I'm gonna drop about Robert Garcia. Let me get through these. He said AJ has to not just maul. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I just think he can kind of be a little bit more aggressive though. TS Boss in the building. Yeah, I don't think he need to sit there and trade, but I'm just saying being a bigger guy. Yeah, I don't believe this is a good move for AJ. Not Mr. Garcia thing. We'll see. We'll see. It's coming up August the 20th. They should be having a press conference. But I don't think anything as bad as Malik Scott. That was a disaster. The word. I think the opposite. I think the opposite. If you watch the first 2 rounds, he had him on point. You know what I'm saying? You just probably don't like him. That's probably why. It's all good. When do you think they officially announce it? I mean, shit. I don't know. The date is August the 20th, though. That's all you need to know, really. I was patient, but Joe putting dude to sleep tonight. Okay, we're gonna see. It's all good. Um, Garcia's game plan for Madonna against Broner was very effective. Yep. Plus, he got Madonna to the fight enough. Even on another one, Josito Lopez, when he fought Keith Thurman, he was getting outboxed at the same time, but he was still in that fight. And then he actually hurt him. You know, so he maintained the game plan as well. Joshua Franco, he took Joshua Franco on the road to top rank 3 straight fights. The second fight, that was just the head clash. That was just crazy with the instant replay. But the third fight, he took Maloney to school. He had Franco ready. So he do got game plans and shit like that. And here's another one too. I have to do this because a lot of people, I don't know, they don't be paying attention like I do. It's out there. The same information is there. The same information is there. He said, "You're right. I don't like Malik at all. He promised a lot of things leading up to the fight, but it's like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If that's what you don't like him for, but you can't say he didn't have him ready though, because the first 2 rounds when he was jabbing to the body, he had a good stuff going. It just maybe he can't do nothing with him. We'll see what he do with Gerald Washington. Oops, you know what I'm saying? There go one. And that might be too late too. But let me throw something out there for y'all, yo, because I be all around this shit, yo, and I'm putting shit together. So this is Richard Harapur. He's a top 10 cruiserweight. Fights all the UK. Just fought last night. Last weekend. Had a nice KO victory. Robert Garcia is training him. Now this kid is 6'6". He's a cruiserweight, but he looked like a heavyweight that night. He fought a southpaw, a shorter southpaw, 6'2". So I know this is not the same thing, but in sports, you like to scout this one, scout that one. So when you say he never trained a big guy, he was training this guy right here. And watching that fight, he was having him he had him moving. He was moving to the left. So that's one thing I noticed. That's to the power hand. Sometimes when you got a taller guy, that kind of works out because he still can see it. You know what I'm saying? You still can see that shit. But especially if the guy's shorter, you can see him trying to throw that left hand. So he was walking to the left, to his right, to his opponent's left, to the strong hand. And then he was throwing wide. He was throwing long shots, like long hooks to the body and long straight jabs and stuff like that. So now I know this is not the same fighter. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody say, "Oh well, Fabio Turchin is nowhere close to Alexander Usyk." Got you. He's a southpaw. So it's sometimes you just getting ready for that. You just looking at that. Maybe it's something he looking at. For him to be in that guy's corner, coming probably was in his camp for like 2 weeks, just to see that tells me something. So everybody is learning. Like most trainers and fighters, they never start off learning from the top. You start from the bottoms. Like I got to go to my basketball reference. 'Cause I used to play ball back in the day. Like I had coaches. He'll coach middle school, then he'll coach junior high, then he'll be assistant coach on the JV team, then he'll be assistant coach on the high school team for a long time before he get the head coaching job. So he built this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? And he go learn from everybody. He used to go to the the North Carolina Tar Heels camps and shit, listen to their coaches. And on my basketball team in high school, we ran everything they ran. You know what I'm saying? We did all the signals, did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's a different level, but still, you can get a good. What I'm trying to say is, if you can get a look at, you got a guy, a 6'6" muscular, cruiserweight heavyweight that's got similar dimensions to AJ. He's facing a 6'2" guy that like to come for that's coming forward. Whatever. It's just a picture. That's just what I see. It's a picture of like, okay, maybe I can use this. Maybe AJ can punch at long range. Maybe he can throw a left hook to the body. Richard Rapport threw a left hook to the body and stop the kid. So maybe I can. Maybe he can do that. Maybe instead of going to his left, he can go to his right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can be a little bit more whatever, like use his long distance and range and stuff like that. So it's just something just to throw out there. Looking at like a coach and stuff. I played point guard, so I had to pay attention to what the coach was saying and where he was coming from. Like, well, you want to trap this dude? Okay. And I'm like, trying to figure out why. So I'm trying to look at it as a coach perspective. What I'm saying? Just, watching boxing and stuff like that. I was watching the kid. I'm like, damn, okay, maybe he can implement this with AJ. It's up to AJ to do it. But I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing that he out there with a 6'6" heavyweight that's similar in dimensions to Anthony Joshua. And I can say he's a cruiserweight, but if you look at this picture, the kid don't look like no heavyweight. His physique, he ain't walking into the ring at 200 pounds. So, this is what I be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to figure out like, okay, how can he do this against Usyk? So I be watching tapes of Usyk, watching something of AJ, watch the rematch, and then I watch this fight. When I learned he was going to train this kid off of 2 weeks, I thought let me check this out. So it is something that I seen. So it may not be nothing. It's just something I look at. You know what I'm saying? Um, he said Wilder had 3 rounds. Fury boxed his head off. Yes, sir. A couple years ago, though, Wilder couldn't do no wrong. You see how the tide changed. That Turchin guy was tough. A Rapport stopped him with a bite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that I'm just looking at like, is he looking at that as like a template of how he can have AJ fight? I don't know. It's a hurt business. Smith's gonna learn what the F we talking about. I hope, man. I can't wait for that fight. Now he was gassed after the round, look even more unsteady on his legs than his other fights. Okay, no problem. He said, but they only had Steven Torres in camp to lean on. They only had Steven Torres in camp. You sure? I'm saying if you're gonna go at it, go at Malik and shit, go at their camp. You gotta be on point though. They only had Steven Torres in the camp. Go ahead then, cause you know I can body that shit for sure. I'm like a rebel. I like running also by myself. Got you. He said, yeah, Joshua used to train English Institute. Okay, Sheffield. Yeah, he still got that Fernandez kid. Okay, cool, cool. Robert McCracken. I remember him. Wilder. Hope people understand his boxing. Yeah, man, that shit old. We ain't even talking about Wilder though. So that's just my perspective though to see, just to let everybody know that oh he had Robert Lenz in his camp. He had a kid named Jim Torley, 6'9". He had guys in his camp. Craig Lewis is like 6'5". He been there before. You know what I'm saying? So he had guys in the camp. You just looking at Steven Torres, or I don't know who gave that to you, because you always know you can come over here to get that shit for real, the real inside, in depth shit. So I don't know. That shit don't make sense just to have one guy in camp. You know he had to go through a long ass camp because Fury backed off the fight. He had Stephen Shaw in the camp. I'm just saying. I don't know. He said not Shaw, not him. I'm just saying. I don't know. You just got something against Malik. You can hit him up behind the scenes. He'll hit you back. Charles D in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. My man back in the super chat. Appreciate it. He said, you my brother. Don't ever think I'm biased. Yeah, I already know. It's all good though, bro. It's all good. All right, so we got that. So that's my reason why I think Robert Garcia is a good fit. You know what I'm saying? He over there right now. He gonna come back for Bam, but it's all good. All right, my next one. Anyway, coming off that performance with Donaire, a lot of people started to, I guess they recognize he nice with it. I mean, welcome. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the club. He been like that. Now pound for pound for me, I really don't do pound for pound. I never did a list. But I see fighters that I know that I feel like it's the best. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at the pound for pound list and stuff like that, when I see it, I ask myself, are they the best in their division? So a lot of the guys that's on the pound for pound list, I have questions if they the best in their division. But then some guys like this one, anyway, I know he's the best in his division. He said, no man, I already hit Malik up years ago and got blocked. Okay. Maybe, that was years ago. Maybe he good now. It's all good. He said hot boxing man. He said Junior Fall was there too. I mean, yeah, I remember he was there. I don't know I wouldn't remember he was there for this camp, but I know he been there before. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, crack that chin. Definitely top 5. So this is the thing with Anyway, that he kind of get a bad rap because yes, I guess you call it old media, big whatever you want to call them, ESPN, they overhype him. They do. They overhype him. That's because they in awe with his talent. There's nothing wrong with that. And what happens is they put him over a lot of our favorite fighters. Oh, excuse me, Mel Charlo, Spence, all these guys. So people don't really do the research on him to know exactly what he brings to the table as a pound for pound fighter. If that's what you're doing, I see some people list they do pound for pound like how it's originally supposed to be done. If I put Anyway and welterweight, would you favor Anyway versus the top guys at welterweight or any other division? Or some people just do skills because they say, well, some fighters don't get the opportunity, so I'm gonna base them off who's the best fighter for me. You know what I'm saying? So if you do that, you still gotta put them up there. You feel me? Some people go off for accomplishments, who he fought, what's his resume, this, that, and the third. I mean, you got to put him up there too. You feel me? So I just don't understand the logic. I think people is kind of unaware. They unaware of him because they too busy want to go against what old media say. So they probably was picking against him. You know what I'm saying? I got Donaire. Then when he got ran through, man, he was old. I didn't know he was that good. Shit like that. So my thing is this, yo. If you're a boxing fan, look at the skills. Look what he brings to the table. Everything in boxing goes back to the ring. No matter how much drama we have, We can have this guy want to fight this one or whatever happened outside the ring. Everything builds up to the ring and what these guys do in the ring. So if my man is nice as hell in the ring, like no matter what weight class he's in, then you should appreciate that and recognize what's going on. And if you don't know what he did in his career path, you can't even speak on it. You should just that's not even your topic. We cool. It's okay. We don't know every fighter in the boxing. But I feel like this kid right here, watching him fight, you cannot say he's not a top. He can't be in like I don't care where you got him, but you can't say he's not one of the best fighters in boxing. And if you know his career, you can make an argument. Like I can make an argument that he's pound for pound number one. I could. You know what I'm saying? And that should be hard to argue because you know why? Because if I was to go at anybody with this subject, most people that they go against anyway, that don't really know, I would body all that shit because they don't follow his career. They go straight to box rate. Oh, he beat a guy 17-5. Man, look, 17-5, 18-1, 23-3. So they automatically think that the guy that was 17-5 can't fight. You feel me? So they don't watch the fights. They in that era where they need a guy to have a zero on their resume. You know what I'm saying? That's that Floyd Mayweather shit, huh? He said, let me go back to the chat. He said Stephen Shaw said, I'm not Junior Fa. Yeah, Stephen Shaw can fight. He'll be back July 15th on Top Rank. I think I have seen what beats anyway. He lost twice to a fighter. Is that the taller guy from Cuba? The taller guy, Trey? He said world title fight and 5 fights. I thought it was like 8. But either way, well, you may be right. I can't remember. No, he beat a Hall of Famer in 8 fights. There you go. He said smash on the light. Appreciate that, bro. He said anyway, very sharp. Yeah, anyway, nice with it, bro. I don't understand. Like, there's always drama in America. Nowhere else. He said, boxing drama. That is. My man laughing. Let me see. Good evening, mate. What's good with you, bro? David Lawrence Graham in the building. Salute to you. He said he got that blue. Salute to you. What's good? What's good with you, Anthony in the building? What's good with you? He said, do you think WO will stop anyway versus Butler? Nah. I don't think they're gonna stop it. I'm thinking that's gonna be December. You may see that on the New Year's holiday they have in Japan. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they should go a little bit sooner, but I'm hearing December. You know what I'm saying? He's a short southpaw. Anyway, was a taller man. Okay, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. Adrian Hernandez at 108. Yeah, okay, yeah, the WBC title. I'm with you now. He had a couple of defenses before he lost it anyway. Steven in camp right now at my gym. Yeah, I like him, man. He's smooth. He got that smooth heavyweight look. He can box. Solid. Good jab. I don't know who they're gonna give him to. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Vito's manager too at Janabek's fight. He was saying that Vito had like a bad wrist injury, and they were supposed to did that fight. So I think Vito coming back sometime. I forgot what day. Vito coming back July 23rd. So they probably do that fight afterwards. He said WBO pretty decent with their mandatory. It depends though. The WBO really don't order like final eliminators too much though. William Old School or Dan in the building. What's good with you, bro? I think Shaw beats Anderson right now. That's a pretty good fight though. Maybe they can build up to that fight. Anderson should be back. What is it? August 27th on the Richard Comey, Jorge Pedraza undercard. Jose Pedraza undercard. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I just think going back to anyway. I don't know if a lot of guys really know him like that to really speak. I mean, he won a title at 108. You know what I'm saying? He skipped one. See, this is another one I hear too. He skipped 112 and went straight to 115 and fought the top guy there. So it's a big thing in the lower weight divisions. There's only a 3 or 4 pound weight difference, right? You know what I'm saying? 05 to 08, 08 to 12. But he did a 7 pound weight jump. Nobody talking about that shit because they don't know that shit. And when he went up to 115, he went straight to the top guy. Omar Narvaez, who had two division world champion. He had a title run at one, what is it, 112. He had like 11 title defenses, something like that. I forget which one it was, but total it up, he had 27 title defenses. His one loss at the time, he moved up to 118 to face Nonito Donaire when he was top 5 pound for pound. That was right after the fight that he stopped Montiel. When he had Montiel running on the canvas, that was right after that when Nonito was hot. So he moved up from 15 to 18, fighting Nonito Donaire. That's his only loss. And he went the distance. He was fighting scared, though. I have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Then once anyway fights him, he went back down to 115, continue a title reign. He was a WBO champion. He had some more title defenses. Fights anyway runs through him in 2 rounds. See, that's something nobody don't talk about. It's not a lot of guys that's beating guys that been reigning in a division that long. They ain't coming in there and beating. And if they beat them, they ain't running through them. Most of the guys that anyway fought, all 15 and 18, if you look at what they did against prior competition, he always beat them the better way. You know what I'm saying? And we always look at resume and who fought who and who did this and who did it. They don't. Let's talk about that shit. Payano went life and death with Rashid Warren twice. They exchanged wins. They won the title off of him, and he came back and lost the title. He ran through him in 1 round. Then he fought Manny Rodriguez, who was a young, up-and-coming fighter. He was an Olympian from Puerto Rico, good boxer, beat Jason Maloney. Fought him in the World Boxing Super Series, ran through him in 2 rounds. He ain't never been, like, nobody never did that to him before or since. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look at it. And these are top guys in his division. Even Jamie McDonald was like a top 10 guy when he beat him. His first fight at 118. He ran through him in 1 round. So when y'all talking about these other guys like Mel Charlo, he doing some great shit. He basically cleaned out 154. He's the best. I give him all the props. You know what I'm saying? Other guys, Spence, he got a good resume with 147. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, doing the same shit. He beat Donaire twice. The first fight, you know what I'm saying? He had a tough fight. He came back and he got his eye socket broke, came back, you know what I'm saying, dropped Donaire late, beat him, you know what I'm saying? Then we seen what happened in the rematch. He had 3 in between fights. he fought Jason Maloney. That's a top 10, top 6 guy at the time. Right now, he may be top 5. You see what he did on the Haney undercard. He right back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? He stopped him, you know what I'm saying, in the 7th round. Then he had a mandatory with Des Morenas, body shot, boom. And then he fought in December last year. That supposed to have been Casimero. You know what I'm saying? Casimero he couldn't get right at the time. He was supposed to fight Paul Butler. Eventually had to vacate his title. So it wasn't like he was ducking these guys because he had to fight with Casimero. That shit was done. April 2020, they had the poster and everything. So it's not like Anyway duck. I heard people say Anyway was ducking these guys. You know, Anyway got to move up to face Fulton. I think he do. But if you say that, you got to say Fulton got to move up to fight Navarrete or Josh Warrington or these guys at 26. He's a big kid too. So it's like, what I'm trying to say is, Anyway get a lot of unjust criticism by guys that really don't know him. So you're just gonna say, well, since you're gonna overhype him, I'm gonna turn him down. So he got to move up to 22. But you know what I'm saying? The Fulton guy move up to 26. That's a big guy. He look like a 130 pounder. He like 5'7". Fulton is gonna fill out nice in those divisions. But nobody calling for that, right? Cool. But I do agree that he need to go up to 22. Because I think he ran through 18. Once you clean out a division, you good. And then another thing, you shouldn't give Anyway props for going undisputed in this division because he already cleaned the shit out. Paul Butler is not better than Donaire. You know what I'm saying? He's not better than him. So him beating Paul Butler is it's cool. It's another undisputed guy. But it shouldn't change your mindset because Anyway is still one of the best fighters. And even if you don't know him, look at his skill set. His skill set he's nice. Fast hands, fast feet. He can punch with both hands. You know what I'm saying? Good jab. He landed 9 jabs around versus top guys in his division. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. There's not a lot of guys landing 9 jabs in a round. If you're a numbers guy, you see how you see that short right hand he landed against Donaire to drop him in the first round. Like that's some smooth ass shit. Like how many people really doing that? And if they're doing it, you can't say anyway not doing the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to educate, get people on board to see what he really brings to the table. Because my thing is this: you can't downplay anyway and say he's a hype job. He's this, that, and the third. But then he go up and fight Fulton. Fulton beat him. Now you're gonna want to give Fulton full credit. It don't work like that. You can't do that. You gotta pick one. What side you gonna be on? You gonna say he a hype job and he really ain't that good? So when Fulton beat him, he just beat another guy? Or you gonna give him his props and look at him as a real fighter and say, listen, this kid can fight. Both guys gonna have a tough time. Fulton got the size advantage and he's a good boxer. He can be slick. He can find the inside. He can do a lot of things. So anyway, and then on the other hand, Fulton never fought a fast punching type of guy that can crack with both hands. Can the power carry up? So you gotta give both guys props so you can. So then that's how we both elevate everybody. Don't tear one down to build one up. Just because you mad at old media, but you don't go at old media. All you do is copy their whatever they say. You go right off of their story. You don't go create your own shit. You just it may be some shots fired, but I'm just saying you mad at old media, but you go at everything they do or you listen to whatever they say. Nah, bro, create your own shit. Do your own stuff. Do your own media shit. Holler at me. I got you covered. You know what I'm saying? You just say you got it from a credible source. You know what I'm saying? That shit kind of that should be kind of burning me up because I'm like, yo, you don't fuck with them. Why you listening to them? Why you doing a live or you doing a video based off a boxing scene article or ESPN article or whatever article that boxing be in? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, anyway, nice with it. If y'all don't know, you gotta do your due diligence as a boxing fan. Go watch them. Cause I can only take you to the water. You know what I'm saying? I can only take you to get something to drink. Let me go back up though. I want to make sure I hit everybody in the building. The Jab Maria in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said, would you say Charlo division tougher? I mean, shit, you can get a link too. Cause like I'm gonna get through the comments. If you're still in here, I'll drop a link for you. Cause I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm different. I'll let you hop on all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry about time. Even though the fight's about to start at 3:30, I'll give you a link. You feel me? Shit, you can hop on. We can get it on if that's what you need. But I got you. He said, "Are there division?" I'll save that when you hop on for sure. Neutral Natural in the building. What's good with you, bro? Now Red Tape need to unify and move up. Yeah, he come. I think he come back August the 20th though. So we'll see. They talking about Shakur. McDonald, Donaire, Payano, Rodriguez, Maloney. Yeah, 118. He cleared it out. He cleaned out 118. You know what I'm saying? And he really don't need to be undisputed, but I get it. Anyway, don't need undisputed. Yeah, for sure, he don't need it. What's good, bro? Let me get through these comments, and I'm gonna rock with you. 1 second. Yep. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming through for sure. Let me see where I'm at. Anyway, don't need undisputed. Fulton versus anyway. Yeah. That's gonna be dope. Yeah. Undisputed fight at 2023. I'm with that. All I want tonight is Joe to put the Russian to sleep. So me too. Good point. Yeah, you can hop on too. You can hop on. We can get into it if you want to. Jab Marie. It's all love too. It's a hurt business for sure. Team Smith for the upset. Yes, sir. We're gonna get on that card too. I'm big on Cool Boy anyway. That's what I'm saying. I like both of them, man. Build up both guys. That's what I'm saying. Build them up. Don't tear one down to take one down. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy to me. Now you can't give them dudes a credit. I stay taking shots at me. Yeah, take shots at them. What's good with you, bro? Ron in the building. Salute.
What's good? What's good?
What's good? Boston Square in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So yeah, y'all, whatever y'all want to talk about, feel free. We don't got. I take any way down.
Yeah, right before we get into to the anyway, I just wanted to clear up what I was saying about the Wilder training camp stuff. Like the guys that I knew he had in camp was Elenius Shaw and Steven Torres, but I was like, who did they have in there big, good that was gonna get up in there and just lean on him? I mean, I heard they put out Steven Torres in like a round. They had to send him home. Like I don't think Elenius and Shaw were really like that. I didn't know who else they had big. And you said they had Craig Lewis. Didn't Craig Lewis just got knocked out in a round off of Big Bang?
Yeah,
And they did the same thing last time, like a couple of camps ago against Ortiz. The first one they had who they have in camp: Ndongo, Shaw, Leroy Thomas, and that MMA fighter Walt Harris, and that almost backfired. So I just get really frustrated with some of the work that he's been getting. I mean,
but listen though, you talking about sparring partners. Who you know that's going to those fight? Who's going to mute? Hey, go. Somebody go on mute real quick. Go on mute real quick. Hold on, who's that? Go on mute real quick.
I
Whoever
think
that.
that's
All right. No, what I'm saying is when you get these guys in training camp, like who really gonna mimic these guys? You can't mimic no Tyson Fury. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
no.
Who you gonna find to mimic Luis Ortiz? Like real talk, like name a lot of softballs. If you bring guys in as a softball, you probably never heard of them. You feel me? So I don't know. It is what it is though.
But I could, but we can't agree
The,
the work could be better. The work could be better.
But like who though? Give me some
Like
names.
like for this camp, I would put in like Walk. I know he's past it, but somebody just to get on, lean on him. That Makhmudov guy, I would have got him. I would have got who else? There's another big Russian that I'm thinking about. His name, but like
Herkovic
three
maybe.
guys.
Herkovic is Russian, right?
They don't fight like that though.
I'm talking about guys. Well, nobody's gonna lean on him and then do and back off and do both. But specifically, they needed guys who get in there and just lean on him and wear him down and do all the MMA moves, the elbows and the headlocks and all this shit that the guy does in there.
Okay, you get a guy to do something. Those guys you name, Walk, Walk and my man Austin Beck, they can. I mean, they can give him some good bump. They 6'6" and some shit like that. I'm with that, but they don't fight like that. They don't be leaning on guys and stuff like that. So you're gonna put them in a position where you're gonna have them doing some shit that they're not used to doing.
I mean, they had Shaw fight Southpaw for
But
the Ortiz too.
he can do that though. They had what's my other man's name? You forgot him, Michael Coffey. He fights Southpaw too.
Yeah, they had him too.
Is Michael Coffey Southpaw?
No, he's Orthodox. So.
Because I mean, he was fighting Wilder for Christ's sakes. Wilder is like a fucking just a orthodox fuck boy. Like he's not a good boxer, bro. Like I look at it like this. What's that guy named Johnny Rice? Put hands on him after the 4th or 5th round on fucking Michael Coffey. You see what I'm saying? Like, so how is Wilder's training camp going? Like, are they understanding like what the sweet science is about? Like, what? I don't.
But you gotta say this too. When Wilder had those guys in camp, you was on his nuts though. At the time.
Well, no, I was on Fury nuts. Fury had the law. I was on Fury nuts because he had all the good boxes in his camp. That's who nuts I was on.
What changed though?
The last fight, the law. Not the first 2 fights, but the last fight.
What you talking about? He had Coffey in camp. He had Coffey in camp for Gerald Washington. That was around the time he was on there. He had him in camp for Luis Ortiz. You haven't hopped off yet, so I don't understand what was the difference.
I had to get my money back. The law. I realized that. I had to realize I was gassing Wilder up. Like he don't know how to box, bro. When it come to big dudes, not saying he can't box because Wilder can box, but he's a stagnant fighter who stands in front of you. He'll like do a 1-2 and here and there. He might hit you with an uppercut here and there, and he might get you off balance. But other than that, he's just a fucking basic boxer, bro.
I got it.
I'm gonna keep it real. Fuck that shit.
Why you won't? I'm saying you keeping it real. I just want the same energy.
He said don't switch up. I don't
Yo,
care,
the
man.
Jab Jamboree in here. Ask the Jab Jamboree how he feel about it. He's a boxer. Ask him how he feel about it.
What's up, T? Hey, it's
good. What's good, y'all?
What's good? Yeah, we can get on that. We can get on that anyway stuff if you want.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh well, you know, Dub. It ain't no beef or nothing like that because I actually, out of all my brothers, I'm the only one that actually like Inoue. I remember when they was throwing dudes at him like Josh Greer and stuff like that. My only thing is like him being over other dudes, and like you know, like you see certain dudes that have Inoue number 2, and they won't have like Jamel Charlo. And Jamel Charlo body of work in his division 2 being the most toughest and the most stat, you know, I got to get that man all the credit. That's the only reason why I would have him over Inoue, me personally, because I'm going off of, you know what I mean, how tough the division is. I just think, me personally, I think Charlo's division is a little bit tougher. I don't think I'm not disagreeing with you saying he basically, all he needs is Paul Butler and he'll clean out the division and be undisputed. I'm not saying he don't deserve to be on there. My question is like where he's ranked at.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's salute to everybody coming to the building as well. Andre Southgate, everybody come through. If I miss you, salute to you guys, bro. But no, what I'm saying, I get that point. Well, what I'm saying, I can make a case because he cleaned out his division too. I think Charlo cleaned out his division, and when I see lists like that and don't have Charlo on there, I really don't. I don't pay attention to it. That's why
Exactly.
I don't flip off pound for pound list because pound for pound, anybody on there, it really, you know, it's subjective. But I do think Charlo is one of the best fighters in boxing, though.
He is. You know what, El? You know what? The law. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I made a video about him like a year and a half ago. When he beat Rosario, I felt like he was like an experienced boxer because he beat him on the inside. He beat him on the inside though. What I'm saying is like he's an experienced boxer. He fight people on the outside, then he fight people on the inside, and then he put it all together and he beat Castano to a pulp that last fight. That was a pound for pound to me. That was pound for pound.
I'll put it like this: like, I personally don't like Jamel Charlo, but I'll keep it right. His skill set is solid. He has a very solid skill set. But I'll put it like this: his older brother gets a lot of heat. Now, if you were to switch those guys around, his older brother would have done it faster and without less problems. It's a product of the situation. We all talk about Jamal not being like his brothers, not chasing greatness, but you're in a division where the money is tight. There's not a lot of money running around. All the fighters are on your side of the street, and they're all winnable fights. You can get the job done. It is possible. You have an advantage to get the job done. And he did. I mean, Castano is a good win. Tony Harrison is a good win. But, I mean, Jarrett Hurd had to do the heavy lifting. He's the one who fought Lara before that all went south. So a lot of people are kind of moving this Jamel direction. I know he's up now because it's the winning team. But move to 160, even 160 stock kind of slowed. So we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, he's good. I'm not gonna jump off a bridge for him yet, but I see it for what it is because I've watched this division for a while now. I knew how it was.
That's what's up, y'all.
I want to say though about anyway though, when y'all see him that high, y'all should take somebody else off. I think he probably deserves it more than a lot of these guys is high because he doing the same thing these other guys doing. You know what I'm saying? He moved up weight classes. He fighting the best guys. He was in the World Boxing Super Series, beat all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Charlo, I ain't taking nothing away from him. I'm just saying, I just think people like they worry about what old media is saying and they're gonna tear him down. They're not gonna do their due diligence on a fighter like this who is clearly nice as hell. He's doing the same shit your favorite fighters is doing. And sometimes he's doing stuff that they're not doing. And this is because you look at his division and he beat those guys. Like those are the best guys in his division. Like Donaire, even though he's older, he got 2 wins back to back against some younger fighters, and he stopped somebody. And then they were talking about, and he got everybody they was picking Donaire. So if Donaire was past the prime, what I'm saying, after the fight, he should have been past the prime before the fight.
Yo, the law. Donaire is reckless to me. I've always felt like Donaire was reckless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when he fought Rigo showed him what the fuck boxing was about. So like if you could stand there and trade with somebody and beat them at a game and then like actually like move around the ring, like I feel like Donaire just don't understand. Like he was reckless with any fight he fought in. I felt like he was reckless on the last fight. I really felt like he was reckless on the last fight.
Well, he had to fight like that because that was the only way to win and try to get the knockout because he knew where he was on the table. So I don't know. I just think I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me that a top elite fighter, nobody wants to show him no love because he getting overhyped.
You know what?
Neutral.
Go ahead, bro.
My fault. Neutral.
Yo, you know what I want to say real quick though? We learning that the boxers need to understand like it's about the sweet science. You hit and not get hit. What's that dude name who fought Valdez? That dude Robson Conceição. That's the ultimate chase that I see what's going on with boxing today. You have to understand that you're a boxer first. Hit and not get hit and win the fight. That's the new fucking age right there for me. Like I like boxers that hit and not get hit. Real talk.
Nah, I just was gonna say the neutral, natural or whatever. I don't. He could have cleaned out the division in the World Series of boxing, but he didn't get a chance to. Something happened with Tete, right?
Tete. He got sick.
So I just don't, you know what I'm saying, bro. I don't want you just putting that out there. I'm saying he could have. I was rooting for him to do that, but things happen.
Even how Donaire, like, I was kind of surprised. Like he had to have been the luckiest placing in that WBSS because he fought Burnett and Burnett tore his oblique out by throwing a punch, and that basically retired him. I think he had a comeback fight and then just retired because the pain was too much. And he got the WBA from that. And then he was supposed to fight Tete, and I thought he would lose to Tete. And Tete pulled out because he was sick, and they brought in that guy, what was it, Stephen Young, and he knocked him out on a highlight reel. And then he gave Inoue a tough fight. And then he had those 2 good wins after that. So it's funny how things change.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't favoring Tete over Donaire anyway in that fight.
Really?
Because
Tete was looking good. I mean, he was in that tough last fight with Aloy, but he was a super amateur, man.
But I was going off of how Donaire do with South Africans and African fighters. He was nice.
Oh yeah.
So I felt like Tete, and then what happened with Tete when he fought Casemiro?
He got knocked out.
You know what I'm saying? So did he really, and the thing with Casemiro, anyway, they made that fight. It's just COVID happened. And then Casemiro can't get right. You can't blame anyway for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I think, I do think I like Charlo at 54, though. I like what he did. You know what I'm saying? He beat Trout. He beat the John Jackson guy, even though he had to come back from behind. That was cool. Harrison.
The future, Adley. The future.
Yo, Jermell Charlo, the final fight was against Harrison, the first fight, I thought, because I felt like Harrison showed me that I didn't know shit about boxing because how he fought Charlo.
I thought Charlo won the first fight, but I thought Harrison was up in the second fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Harrison, I thought Harrison was up in the second fight, and he just got caught.
Exactly.
So whatever, because my brother was watching that fight, and he doesn't even watch boxing. He said, look at Harrison. Jermell fought the same in both fights. I didn't really see any improvement, but Harrison fought 2 totally different fights.
Yeah, but this is a question I want to ask though, because Jermell Charlo had 2 razor close fights, right, in his reign to get undisputed. The first fight with Harrison, where he came up short, and then
exactly
got against Casemiro. I mean, excuse me, Castano.
Castano.
So So when we rating these guys' resume and stuff like that, are we giving credit to Castano and Tony Harrison? You know what I'm saying? Because because on one hand we can give them credit because they're tough fighters. On the other
Yeah.
hand, you can say Donaire. I mean not Donaire, but anyway, when he fought those guys, he only struggled in one fight. He came back and got it right, ran through him. I'm talking about Donaire. So what's the balance in that? Is the resume really that better? Because was people rating Tony Harrison when he fought Jamel? Because at the time that I remember,
The first time, no, he was a herd leftover technically.
there you go. He don't have no show.
Get Caitlin that good.
Honestly, I'm giving credit to Textera for like basically being like somebody who had Castano like looking dumbfounded, but Castano figured out how to get to his guard. He got to his guard, but see, Jamel like understood how to deal with the distance, and he understood how to clinch, and he understood how to put the jab out there. Jamel like learned from all of those fights, so that's why I got him pound for pound.
I ain't saying he's not pound for pound, but what I'm saying is when he fought those guys, did y'all highly rate those guys coming into the fight, or y'all after the fight?
I rated Castano. Castano is no bum.
Yeah, Castano.
Teixeira beating Adamas was huge. Adamas I thought was a killer. I mean, he beat Derevchenko just now, but Adamas is no bum. Teixeira beat him, and he beat Gallimore. He had like a little bit of a run.
It's after for me. It's after for me. Like Jermell Charlo became pound for pound after Castano, to me.
Yeah, that's most people. Yeah, definitely. But like Castano was good. Harrison, I didn't rate. Lubin was a good win. I thought Lubin was a really good win. Rosario is a bum. Rosario isn't any better than Ndongo. I thought that was a gimme unification, and people were just trying to make it bigger than it was. But everybody know he was a 5-1 underdog. I mean, Nate Gallimore beat him, and he was working part time at Home Depot. By the way,
did you have him beating J-Rock though? Keep it real.
That's Jamal.
No. I'm talking about Jason Rosario.
No, I didn't. No.
That's what that's what I was getting at.
Okay. But anybody has a flash in the pan. That's why when they set up the unification, I knew it was a gimme for Charlo.
Yo, good point to Jabbery. You got a good point there.
I think anyway and Charlo, you can make a case for them being 1 and 2 pound for pound. Honestly, they cleaned out their division. They the best in their division. You know what I'm saying? It's no doubt. It's no saying, well, I think he may lose to him. Like in other divisions, maybe look, even at 147, Spence is number 1, but I ain't saying he's the best because I gotta see the Crawford fight. Even at 168 with Canelo.
Spence is number 1, but you know why he number 1 though? The law, he's number 1 because he fight like a Strada to me. He's a person who just go in there and bang with you. You gonna bang, bang, bang. That shit gonna get you caught. Real talk.
It was Strada. Strada counterpuncher.
And Earl ain't really a counterpuncher, but he is kind of like he's a technician.
He's a combination puncher.
Yeah, he will.
Combination puncher.
If you stand there with him, you're gonna get fucked up, pretty much.
Go ahead. You gonna say something? Go ahead, bro.
Now I was saying, as far as to add on to what the brother was saying, I can't see nobody's names and I can't see their avatars, so I don't know. Salute to the bros, they cooking though, but I'm just saying, like, as far as with a new way, I mean, if I'm gonna go off of everything, the skill, the division, and the resume and all of that, yeah, he did clean out his division. He definitely deserved to get some rep, definitely. But I just feel like Mel's Charlo division is just a little bit tougher to me. The characters at 154 is a little bit more menacing
exactly
than at 118. Like if you put a gun to my head and you said, "Yo, Act, what division you gonna pick? 118 or 154?" I'll be like, "Shoot, I could definitely see myself being a world champion there."
Yeah, exactly. You know what?
I was, and I'm not even being overconfident. I would just be sleeping good, like knowing, like, yeah, I'm gonna get a belt. I just gotta get in position, and I'm gonna get one.
I think
154. I wouldn't feel like that. I would, but I would be like, yo, there's some dudes there that's going physically psychologically and skill wise is going to really be there with me. I think there is a difference in divisions. I'm sorry. That's all.
You know, he got to beat for me. He got to beat like a Stephen Fulton, or he got to beat like a Shakur Stevenson for me to even think he's important. I don't like those small weights. I don't even know how to judge those small weights. So I might be off balance right now and talking about Stephen Fulton fighting fucking Inoue. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's just like different to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's different to me, yo.
I don't really look at it like that. I think I'm in the business of giving these fighters their props when they should get it, not when they gotta go up and beat this guy and move up these weight divisions. He already came from 08. He came from 08, jumped to 15, won a title. Then he settled into 18. He's tight at the weight right now, so it's time for him to move up. We really know nothing to do with 18 other than get this last belt. So I'm just saying, I want to know the same. The energy can't be the same if anyway doing stuff different from these other guys.
See, me, I'm fair about it. This is how you know I like him, L-Dub, because I'm one of those people that say, okay, if Inoue do move up, I'm not mad if he stayed for one more fight and fight Paul Butler to get undisputed. But if he do move up, I will want to see him get acclimated to the weight. I don't think Inoue is that ill to where he can move up to 122.
Exactly.
Stephen Fulton. I just think the physical. I just feel like, I'm not saying it won't translate the power, but I don't think it's going to translate with somebody like Stephen Fulton, where he won't be probably feeling most of the momentum of the punch because he's rolling with a few of those shots in between. So I don't think it'll be as effective, and he's more nimble on his feet.
Stephen Fulton is the most complete boxer besides Chris Congo to me. Like, I like Chris Congo a lot too. Don't get me fucked up. Like, I like Chris Congo a lot, but like it's all about the weight class. Like, imagine Navarrete fighting Fulton. To me, that's a good fight.
Listen, then you talking about Chris Congo? Shout out to Michael McKinson. He about to fight Virgil Ortiz.
Oh, word. Okay.
McKinson beat Chris Congo.
Yeah, he beat Chris Congo. That went over your head, but yeah, keep going though.
Yo, I know you know the law. I be just trying to vibe, bro.
Anyway though, I think the fight with him and Fulton, that came on the radar as a real big fight now, and I want to see it. I think it's gonna happen, but I just feel like telling him he needs to move up, do something new. And I can say the same thing about Fulton or anybody else. I just say keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just say this guy got to do extraordinary shit, but the other one don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. I don't get that part.
I agree with you, Doug, on that. Not to cut you off, but I'm just on that part. It's not like I'm saying, Stephen Fulton can't move up to 126 and stuff like that. But see, I'm not one of the people pressuring Inoue. I think Inoue should stay one more time at 118 and get all the belts. You might as well. Right there. Fight, and Paul Butler said he wanted. So why not? You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna happen next. The same thing Fulton trying to get his undisputed. But this is another thing too, I have to say. When you say you think Inoue should move up and get acclimated to the weight. But if you look at, like I said, following these guys' resume, it don't tell me that he's gonna do that. Because he jumped into a world title fight with a 5th fight. And then when he moved up from 18 to 15, he went after the top guy. He entered the World Boxing Super Series knowing he had to win that so Top Rank can sign him. You feel me? He could look, the other guys that the Top Rank supposed to put in the World Boxing Super Series, they didn't go in there. Jose Ramirez at 140, he didn't go. And then he still got the 2 titles. He could have did the same thing he did. Zerto at 168 in the first season, he didn't go in there. So why he got to win the World Boxing Super Series to get a Top Rank deal? So that tells me he's running to the smoke. So he's not going to get to 22 and say, I'm going to fight him. No, he's going to go fight Fulton. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand. That's what I like about this shit. People don't understand that. They don't understand his mentality because they're not tapped in with him. They only listen to one side. But I listen to both sides. I hear what Fulton's saying. I hear what Inoue's saying. You got to Google Translate, but I see what he's saying. He's talking the same shit he's saying he want that. So I don't know. We're gonna see though, and I'm gonna put it out. I would like to be the first one to put it out there. So when it happened, y'all gonna be like, "Well, he did say he was going straight to it." know what I'm saying? Because people be
I don't know
Hey
how
yo,
they're gonna make that fight though. I don't know how
yo,
they're gonna make that fight
yo, L
between
Dub,
Fulton and Inoue.
yo, L Dub. You
yeah. What's
think Floyd Cash Flow gonna get a knockout tonight? For finally, he got like 3 fights, but I think he ain't getting no knockouts. You think
I
he
think
can get a knockout tonight?
he got one of his last fight. Where you
Oh, he
be at?
got one in his last fight. Okay,
Where you
I
be
didn't
at?
see that one.
He got a body shot knockout.
I saw the first 3, and he went the distance, but he was like a UD type of person. The dude is nice, yo. He got paws.
I think he's going.
Somebody's here. Is it Chris?
I think going.
Somebody.
That card.
Okay.
Somebody's there.
No, I'm listening, yo. I got ESPN locked and loaded, yo. I'm gonna get off the chat because I gotta go somewhere.
All right, bro. Holla at you. Appreciate you.
All right, one.
Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hey, anybody can speak on anything you guys want to. It's all good.
Yeah, I
Nah,
don't know
man.
how they're gonna make that fight between Inoue and Fulton.
I
I don't know
mean,
how they're gonna do that.
yeah, I'm with the homie on that. I mean, I don't know, but
That's not going down.
I don't think I wouldn't say that Inoue don't want it because I believe you. Like I think he will rush right up and fight Stephen Fulton. I actually would give him even more credit, and then that might make me just offer him. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, letting his nuts drag like that. You know what I mean? Just going up there like that and not caring. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, because of the physicality, and he don't really know if it's going to translate like that. But I think that'll be a big fight on both sides. I definitely think that'll be a big fight on both sides. I'm gonna get ready to watch these fights, L Dub, these ESPN joints, and what's the name, man? I'm gonna listen in too at the same time. Yo, salute to the homie. Like I said, I can't see who's on the panel, but salute, and I keep listening, L Dub.
All right, bro. I appreciate
Hey,
you.
bro, peace out.
No problem.
Now, you say you don't see that fight happen.
Because the networks, I don't see it happening.
Oh, okay.
There's not enough money in it either for them to come together like that.
I think it do. Hey, my man Fulton might have to go to Japan if you're talking about money.
Does he want to do that?
I'm just saying it might have to work that way. I mean, I think it'll do something if you put it in Vegas. It can be a big fight. I know.
But will Top Rank let him go to PBC, or is it going to be the other way around?
I don't know. We'll see. That's a good thing about having a guy like Inoue who's really he'll make the big fight. Like even with the Donaire fight, he made that fight. Like Ty Rank didn't make that fight. Ty Rank just aired it on ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying? And you like Inoue got more leverage to make a fight if it's gonna be in Japan. Top Rank only make fights if they're gonna be in the US, but they're gonna air all his fights for like the next couple of years. So that's why I was saying my man may have to go over there. I mean, maybe they can do something with PBC and they can be creative because this is what these guys want. Fulton want to fight, Inoue want to fight. To me, it shouldn't be that hard. They can even do a little pay-per-view. If people
that's not gonna work here.
I'm just speaking on a business perspective. You know what I'm saying? How they thinking. You know what I'm saying? It may or may not work. They can do even something inventive. They can do a 2-fight deal, one on my network, one on the other network. I'm not shooting down the deal. The fight not gonna get made though, because both guys want it, and it has emerged as one of the top fights to make in boxing. So you can't really mess that up, in my opinion. If both guys want it, but we'll see.
Yeah. What
Yeah. He said he had to exercise his mandatory to make that fight. This one, so that that WO super title shit. I see what you're saying. You know, Fulton, he gonna inherit a mandatory if he become undisputed. This is what I was saying. T.S. Boston, to get away from all the political shit. I was saying they should fight next instead of both trying to get undisputed because I feel like. I mean, it's gonna be some politics. You got the IBF mandatory looming on MJ. So if MJ win, he got an IBF mandatory.
Is,
That's
when's he fighting Ronnie Rios?
next week, June
Oh.
25th. So that's an anticipated fight. So I don't know, man. I hope, like, for the sake of the sport of boxing, I think they should be able to make it happen. But we'll see. When you start collecting belts, you start getting mandatories, and maybe Anyway can use that super title shit. It probably, I mean, maybe he could. We'll see.
Yeah.
Get some purse bid. Yeah, I think that fight big enough where it shouldn't even have to go purse bid. In my opinion, man, that female ref is nice. You talking about Sparkle Lee? Yeah, she's a good referee for sure. Yeah, I want to run down. Do you know who all fighting today on this ESPN card?
I know they've got their run of the mill, you know, up and comers, the Troy Isleys and Bruce Carringtons and all that against, you know, no hopers. But I'm more interested in the co-main and the main event.
I know.
Nova and Ramirez. I think
Yeah.
that's a really good fight. And then of course the main.
Yeah, we can speak on that. I'm gonna put up the undercard just in case. This is, they got a fight going on now, Brown versus McMahon. But yeah, here's the undercard right here. Can you see it?
Yeah, Jahi Tucker. I saw him in the what's it called?
Yeah. So good young fighters. Brown and McMahon.
Oh, Senior Byfield is fighting. I haven't seen him in forever.
That's gonna be a
Damn.
good fight. That's actually a good fight with Toussaint. That's a good fight.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, I remember he fought. Did he fight
Ted Cheeseman?
Yeah, Ted Cheeseman. Yeah, I know he had some sparring wars with AB back in the day.
Yeah, he was on the Doghouse, that little clip they uploaded with the Mayweather channel that went big.
Yeah,
He sparred the older Rockman,
yeah.
the heavyweight one. Yeah, he just got knocked out too.
I was at that fight. Trey Morrison, not Trey Morrison.
Was it bad?
McKenzie. Okay, it started off. He was controlling the range.
I know it's competitive. But
No, actually, the first 4 rounds wasn't really competitive. It was all Rockman. He
gassed out.
He was using a southpaw jab. He was boxing. He was switching up southpaw to righty. My man was just trying to throw big looping shots. Actually, Morrison was tired after 3 rounds. He was the one gassed out. But in the 5th round, he dropped him with a hook. He caught him along the ropes and dropped him with a hook, and then he got up and finished him. The stoppage may have been a tad bit early, but he was hurt. So yeah, he had to fight. He was outboxing Morrison easy. He always fight with his hands down. He got clipped. So yeah, that's the undercard right there. This going on right now for those that want to watch it. I'm gonna stay on, but it's all good.
What do you think about the Nova?
I like the fight. I think Nova can fight. I like what he brings to the table. I think in every fight, it started to be a trend that he starts a little slow to me. First couple of rounds, he get touched up. He said Byfield for Ted Cheeseman for the British. Yeah, British type, the British. Yeah, I remember that fight. I feel like Nova starts a little bit slow. But I like his skills. He can box. He's a bigger guy. He's a big 126. So we're gonna see if he can actually maintain that. If that's gonna hurt him. Is he gonna be drained at the weight, stuff like that? Can he take punches? So we're gonna see. I just think Ramirez is maybe a little bit too skilled for him, just a little bit. And I think he'll be able to slow down his work rate and start to piece him up. Not piece him up, but kind of like counter punch him and kind of, make him fight at his pace.
Yeah.
How you see it?
I don't really watch. I haven't really seen much of those guys. I've seen Nova's last fight versus the Dominican.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of like a toss-up for me. I mean, Nova is the bigger guy, but we have to see.
I think it's a 50-50 on paper. It's some stuff Ramirez gonna have to do too. He ain't just got this in the bag. He definitely gonna have to box smart. I think Nova, he should be the bigger puncher moving down.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. I feel like Ramirez seen guys like this before. Even though, I'm going off as amateur, but I just think he settled in as a pro, got that first loss out. You know what I'm saying? And he came back and resurrected his career a little bit. He had a good win over Orlando Cruz on the Wilder Fury 3 undercard.
Yeah, Wilder Fury 3.
So I feel like he kind of got his groove. You know what I'm saying? He said Nova on Kano. He said that was him weight drain, pretty much indicating he's going to come in bigger. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I think he can win the fight too. We'll see. I just think my man all boxing. What about the main event? Yo, this shit gonna be crazy. Whew.
Man.
You want me to go first? I go.
There's a lot of background to this. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Beterbiev, I thought was slowing down with in between the fights of Gvozdyk and Brown, like the Deans, and then that other guy he had fought in between. I think he fought Adam Deans. He fought two guys in between Gvozdyk, right?
Yeah, Hot Rod Kalajic.
Exactly. Yeah, him. The Deans fight, I thought he looked pretty. I mean, for his standards, I thought he looked pretty bad. Then you got what's it called? The Brown fight, which I thought Brown would give him some trouble, and he did, and he was able to get Brown out of there. I thought Brown was kind of looking for a way out towards the end, to be honest. But then Smith, I didn't think he was going to beat Jesse Hart. He beat him, and I definitely didn't think he was going to beat Alvarez, and he beat him. So he had a tough fight with Vlasov. I think Smith has a much better chin than Beterbiev has.
I agree with you on that.
Much better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Smith, or people say, oh, he got knocked off Eddie Kamner. I mean, he had a broken jaw. Same thing happened in the Barrera fight. I haven't seen Smith hurt, wobbled. But I know Beterbiev should be the favorite, but I think he'll hurt Beterbiev, kind of like Johnson did. Mm-hmm. But I think this goes 12, to be honest, man.
Oh man, put some money on that one. That's a good one.
Because he's not. I don't think unless he breaks Smith down, mm-hmm. Smith can take a beating, man. Smith's not going to get hurt or wobble. I mean, he looked kind of blitzed when he was in the Bivol fight. You remember one of those last rounds? He was just unloading on him, and he was just he wasn't hurt, but just overwhelmed.
Yeah,
that can happen in this fight. Not to that, but there's more punishing shots to the body. But I think Smith will take a good beating. But Smith has to jump on him once he has him hurt, because if he punches him one time, Beterbiev will get hurt, hands down.
Yeah.
Flush, he'll hurt him. Because Beterbiev has a okay chin, but it's not like that, man. It's not like Smith's chin.
Mm-hmm. He can go down for sure. I you know what? I agree with that assessment about the chin, because when Smith got stopped, he basically quit.
I saw that. He turned his back. It was no.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on the canvas. I'm not even sure if he ever been dropped. I can't remember.
No, I don't know. Even the Barrera fight, I remember he dropped him the first round. I was watching that live, man.
Right.
It was on HBO, and he jumped up on the rope, and he was all happy and everything. And then you hear him in round 4. He's like, my jaw. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. See, I think he can take a lot of punishment. See, the thing right here for me, Joe Smith, I think he still got to establish his jab and be the aggressive guy and push Beterbiev back. Even though I think Beterbiev is I think he can box a little bit, move around the ring, but I think Smith got to go at him. He got to go at him and see whether, because I think he feel this too, that he's a bigger, stronger guy with a better chin. So you got to test it. Yeah. It's dangerous.
Smith did hurt Bivol. It was at the end of the round, but go back to round 10, go to the zone highlights. He hit him a bit after the bell.
Yeah, he
hurt him.
Yeah, he did. So I feel like he'll be more willing to trade with Beterbiev early, and he'll try to test him. So we'll see. But
that left hook that dropped Beterbiev from Johnson was smooth, man. I really I was watching that back a couple of days. I watched it back when it happened too. It was just
that was a fun.
Yeah, Smith is not as tight as that. His punches aren't gonna be that tight,
Yeah,
but he can hit him. But that left hook Johnson hit him with was crisp. I was really impressed with that. I mean, that probably was his best punch, but shit, it was still good. It was still something.
that was a fun fight. And Johnson probably one of the bigger punches at light heavyweight. So
Oh, he's a huge puncher. But he could get hurt himself. Did you see him get hurt with that Turkish guy that
yeah,
he fought a little after?
yeah,
He that could have been stopped.
yeah. They probably should have. And he kind of went the whole distance, or did he stop him?
Hmm
I
He
remember that.
stopped him, I think. He ended up stopping him.
He got a fight coming up July the 2nd. He fighting Mahalkin.
Oh,
Yep,
McCalkin, yeah, the guy who fought Kovalev for the title, right?
yep. And Tete versus Jason Cunningham on that card. And then you got Joe Joyce versus Christian Hammer. Ain't really too big, but
Yeah, I saw the Tete thing made. Tete hasn't fought since he got knocked out in 2019, right? That's
yep.
2.5 year layoff.
And he moving up to
And
122.
we'll see. I think on paper he should win, but the
Yeah,
layoff.
yeah, yeah. But no, I like this fight though. I see it as a classic war between two top guys. I just feel like Berteria, like you don't want to give him a lot of free shots. Both guys got
No.
elite defense. But I feel like Berteria, it's crazy. He more suspect with the chin aspect, but his power, I think he got bigger power than Joe Smith. Joe Smith got that big right
Yeah, I
hand.
think so.
He clipped you with that right hand, and it can be some things. But and another thing, Berteria, he got a little bit more dimensions to his game. Like he can box
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a much better
and
all around fighter.
he can maul you. He said Smith gets he said Smith didn't he said
I
Smith
mean,
did
that's the go-to pick, right?
yeah. I think he clipped him like at the end of the 10th round. Go back and check it out. He hit him with a right hand at the bell or after the bell. He kind of staggered. He kind of walked gingerly back to the corner. Bivol did. So yeah, go check that
Yeah,
out.
supposedly.
He said winner come.
Uh,
Yeah. That's a
yeah,
good.
I heard about that.
I ain't mad at knowing the politics, and you right about Bob Aaron. Now that I have time to think about what you said about getting that Inoue Fulton fight, maybe you may be right on that. But because this comes in play, because I would rather see the winner face Bivol. You know what I'm saying? For the real undisputed stuff
They
like
want to go grab a little bit of change over there, but
yeah,
like talking about Yard, dude. I mean, me and Watcher, we picked Yard to win that second fight against Arthur, and I remember everybody was, "Oh man, Lyndon Arthur beat him with a jab." Da da da. I actually have a clip of a guy. I could send it to you. It was the quickest 180 I've ever seen in my entire time on YouTube boxing. He was saying Yard. He said that Arthur was this and that, and he's bullying Yard and everything, and Yard is gone. And within a second, as he stops him, he says Yard is world class, and I'm just like, what?
See, I going to the second fight, I was like, I'm gonna take Yard because I like how he
Yeah, I
closed.
took Yard.
I like how he closed the show in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel
He
like
just got right on top of him, man. He didn't even play any games. He got his mug out of there.
and you know what? He gonna have to if whoever wins the fight, he gonna have to fight like that more often because Yard
Yeah,
is a big puncher too. He's a real
and he has a chin as well.
and he can go to the yep. That's another one. And I like his body work too. He can slow down these big punches. So I'm not saying it's a bad fight. He said he's not very good. I think Yard is good though. I think he is.
I
I
think for his experience, I think he's pretty good for
I
his
just
experience.
don't like that. I don't like that he sit in the shoulder roll defense all the time. I like to see him mix it up, high guard, kind of move and stuff like that. Because he can't be stationary against these guys. He
No, no,
gotta
no.
be kind of flexible and mobile.
And it's gotta be tight, like kind of how he did this. Like you said, the last fight. The last fight, dude, he had his guard up high. I mean,
Yeah.
you barely saw him, during the whole roll and everything. He had his
Yep.
tight guard, and he just got right on top of the guy.
He punished my man for 4 rounds to stop him. But I think it'd be an entertaining fight. But this fight right here, it got an opportunity to be like a fight of the year when you look at these guys because they not taking really no back steps. Like Bateria may use some lateral movement, but he a destroyer, and you know what Joe Smith come to do. So yeah, if it's gonna say something, if Bateria, if he can break down Joe Smith, woo, because like I'm with you, I ain't never really seen them. I seen them get all class and shit, all box and stuff like that. I seen the Vlasov fight where he was having problems with the awkward shit. He had his hands down, and maybe Bateria can use some of that. You know what I'm saying? So he said entertain to watch though. He talking about yard. So yeah, I like Bateria of late though. I like him late, like 10.
You mean like just a mall is sort of just like corner or somebody stops it, your ref stops it.
I think
I don't see Smith getting wobbled. I don't see Smith getting wobbled.
I think he gonna
I'd
be in
not
a,
be surprised.
he gonna be in a situation where he gonna start getting broke down, and I think it can be like he can be stuck on the corner type stuff. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know if I see Bateria going down early.
Yeah, I see Baterbiev getting hurt in this fight for sure.
I see him.
But I think Smith will back up off him because
Yeah.
he'll doubt himself.
Yeah, we'll see if he get if I'm gonna say this. I want to see if Bateria what he gonna do if he get clipped with that big overhand right to Joe Smith like the
He can
land.
go down.
That's what I'm saying, and it's gonna be crazy if he can take that. If it's something different, I think he beats Smith late. I think he wears.
Govsdick hurt him too. A couple people have hurt Beterbiev, man. Govsdick hurt him in that fight. His legs didn't move.
Yeah,
in mid round.
He hit him with a 1-2
right hand. Yeah,
and buckled him. Yeah, I've been watching both of their fights, yo, just to get ready mentally for this. The Kalajic fight, he almost kind of was running at him. You know what I'm saying? And then Joe Smith, I like the Joe Smith. His best performance was maybe
Alvarez. I
yeah.
like that a lot. I was really surprised he beat Alvarez, man. Alvarez was a 3-1 favorite.
The fight he had against Jesse Hart, he just mauled him. I picked Smith in that fight because I don't trust Jesse Hart's ring IQ after watching the 2 Zerto fights. He fought the same.
I picked Hart and I picked Alvarez to beat him.
He says Smith takes a lot of punches. I don't think it's wise to have a lack of defense. Yeah, I'm with you too. That is true. That's the fun thing about this fight, Teach, because both guys' defense is kind of lackluster. Real talk. If you want to keep it a buck,
but whose defense will cost more is the thing. Like whose defense will cost them more if they make a mistake. I think Smith can take a Beterbiev shot. I don't know if Beterbiev can take a good Smith shot.
See, that's a good point. I think Beterbiev, his work rate, and once he get the rhythm and start going to the body and digging and hitting you with straight shots, he break guys down.
Yeah, that's his plan.
It's like, can you break down a guy that's never been broke down in that way? Or can a guy that's been down before, the guy kind of shaky chin, can he stand up to the power? That's why we love this right here. That's why we don't really know exactly what's going to happen. We know it's going to be a hell of a fight. So it's questions that got to get answered. You know what I'm saying? You got to start digging into the little small stuff you want to make up, like kind of point out something. Like, for example, Beterbiev, his team went against Joe Smith before. So he prepared for him before, even though they came up short. We had Aleta Alvarez. Is Beterbiev, he's a proudful guy. Is he trying to get payback for that? Like, small stuff can motivate an athlete. It can be some shit we ain't even thinking about. Like, man,
I just don't want Smith to get in there and stage fright because I saw that Top Rank, whatever it was that they had All Access.
Yeah.
And the guy said he was doubting himself in the Vlasov fight, and I thought that was kind of weird.
That is eye-opening because you facing a guy that's you don't want to have that mindset against Beterbiev. Like,
no.
Once he sense that, he gonna stop you. Like,
yeah.
But watching that, like, did you get a sense on both guys as really good guys? So when you watch that,
I mean, every All Access will portray each side as good. So I'm like, all right, I just kind of pick up the nuggets where I can.
Nah, I'm with you on that, but I'm just saying, like, well, probably for me, I didn't really know, like, how these I don't know these guys' story. I know Joe Smith's story, but I ain't know Beterbiev's story. I ain't know he got his whole family over here, and
Yeah, I knew that. I know he was a Muslim and everything like that. But yeah.
that was cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of make you want to root for both guys, especially Joe Smith because he's like a Joe Smith, like one of my coworkers. Like I see him every day. You
Well,
know?
that's what I say about Top Rank. What they do, and you see the play.
Yeah,
They're kind of really old school when it comes to marketing.
yeah,
They go for the heartstrings. They go for race. Really easy stuff you can see,
yeah,
but somehow works for them. Not at a big, not like a big market because of course it's a new age, but for the older boxing fans,
yeah.
I guess it works for them.
But it's more simpler though to kind of dig in on Joe Smith just being a regular guy.
You know,
He been with his trainers since the beginning. Like he got a lot of stuff other fighters have, but it's just not talked about because he's not out there in the public. So it was kind of cool seeing him get some of that shine. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit
what's
was
the
dope.
odds on him? I saw he was like a 6-1 underdog or something.
I say 6-1. Um,
I think
yeah,
it's much closer than that.
the last
Maybe
one.
like the same odds as the Alvarez fight.
Yeah.
Same
See,
odds as that.
I want to see if Beterbiev want to come out similar to Vlasov. Now, not the awkward. I don't think he can recreate the awkwardness of Vlasov, but when I mean like kind of moving and boxing and kind of
It was
making,
like a much better Jeff Page,
yeah,
but
you,
more awkward.
you know what I'm saying. So I want to see if he's gonna, because I think he got to make an adjustment too. He ain't running through no Joe Smith. I mean, y'all been.
No.
He said, I appreciate you, bro. My boy Yave in the building. Appreciate you. Say keep cooking. Byfield versus Toussaint. Byfield throwing some wild. Yeah, I'm watching it. Yeah. I'm watching. I'm just keeping an eye on it. That's an evenly matched fight right there. That's good matchmaking. So yeah, we're gonna see though. It's man. What you think about just a overall view of boxing as it is right now? What you think about it?
I'll be honest with you. I thought the last time I was like excited for a season of boxing was probably when Showtime they did the Showtime up front in 2018, and it
Uh,
was just a string of fights. It was Wilder Ortiz, they had Badu Jack, Adonis Stevenson, they had Gary Russell, Joseph Diaz, they had Danny Garcia fighting somebody. They had Laura Hurd. Like it was a whole string of fights.
yeah.
Since then, and of course the guys you pick, the guys I pick lose some of them, and I just kind of got off. I just kind of take whatever comes now. I'm not as invested emotionally as I used to be.
Right. I mean, I think right now it's like kind of the best we've seen it in a minute, as far as we getting the big fights consistently. I know Undisputed is a big thing for boxing fans, and we've been getting it, and we got an opportunity to get at least two more this year, and one
Yeah.
118 and 122, and I feel like that kind of put a shot in the arm of boxing fans because now we can identify who is really the best. You know what I'm saying? So
You think the Crawford Spence fight gets made? I think it gets made because there's nowhere to go.
I think it get made too. Right now, we're getting undisputed more than ever. Boxers have ambition. The business side still affects it. Yeah, for sure. We're getting a lot of undisputed and a lot of unifications. Like tonight, the card next week is crazy with Bear Rodriguez versus Sorrisa.
Yeah.
You got Ronnie Rios versus MJ. You got Arroyo versus JC Martinez. They're gonna run that back.
Again, yeah, rematch.
You got a women's undisputed fight on that card. Jessica McCaskill versus Emma Bauer. So yeah, this stuff like cards like that is like, damn, like what if they can do that for every just about every card? It'd be crazy.
I'm
So
interested in the Showtime fight, July 30th. The card is
yeah,
shaping up.
pretty
Uh,
good card.
I'm
Um,
really interested in the Russell fight, man, because
yeah,
that's really telling. Because a mover like that,
yeah.
somebody more negative is that's kind of a bad style matchup for Russell. So I want to see what he does with that. The
Exactly.
Postal fight was a tough fight as well, but Postal is no bum.
Nope.
No bum at all. He's a good fighter,
And
and it
those
was
are
early too.
resume builders. Getting the phone
Oh
work,
yeah,
even though they older, but they still tough style wise type of guys. The Postal
I
fight,
mean Postal in 14 fights, just like
yeah,
Postal for Taylor in 12 fights. Look
right,
where it catapulted him. And
exactly.
Postal still had something because some people thought he beat Ramirez. So
Mhm. Yep, that was a close fight. So, and then getting the Rances fight, I like that card. Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez. It's like that's just like a fun type of fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that fight really can't be too bad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, Kalnacki versus the Turkish guy,
And
the one
Mariz,
who just beat Gerald Washington. Yeah,
that's a good fight too. That fight not gonna be bad.
yeah, that's an interesting fight. Yeah,
Yeah, you feel me? He said Broner return.
yeah,
I think
Figueroa.
I think Broner gonna get pushed back to August, maybe August the 13th, because I don't know if you heard, Ruiz and Ortiz that got pushed to September the 4th on a Sunday, right before Labor Day. So I think AB gonna take that date. It's another interesting PBC card too, July the 9th. I want to get your thoughts on it. You got Mark Marcelo defending his title versus Ray
Oh,
Vargas.
Ray Vargas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Go ahead.
hmm, that's an interesting fight because I've seen Ray Vargas get down. Who was it, Oscar Negrete?
Yeah,
Or was it the other? Yeah,
he fought him, and he fought Ronnie Rios as well.
Rios. He had a good run at 122. He moved up thinking he was going to fight Gary Russell, but that deal never got made.
Yeah. Um,
It's
I,
an
I,
interesting fight.
I like the fight. I think Vargas has a style to win this fight because he's tall and
You're right.
he can make it ugly. Oh yeah, he can sit down with you just a little bit.
If he can take the shot, I
Yeah,
think I'd probably pick him to win, honestly.
and Max, yeah, me too. Maxeo is explosive, young, like a vibrant type of fighter. New, fresh on the scene. So it's like, yeah. He said same day as Teofimo. Yeah, it may be. That fight haven't been announced, but they can go against that.
Is he
Teofimo.
fighting Zepeda or is he fighting Danny Zarilla?
Who is that? Teofimo?
Or is he fighting Barbosa? I heard he was fighting Barbosa, then that's off. Then he's fighting William Zepeda.
Nah, he fighting Pedro Campo.
Zarita. Oh,
No,
Pedro Campo.
Zarita is facing Barbosa July 15th.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's another interesting fight.
yeah. So yeah, they probably going that same day. So what was that? I forgot what I said. But no, I'm going back to that July
Who's
9th.
on that undercard?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not sure.
I got you. You got Brandon Figueroa coming back, moving up to 126. He's gonna face Carlos Castro. So both guys coming off of
Oh
loss.
yeah, I heard about that fight. He knocks out Carlos Castro.
In the first fight, you got Rashidi Ellis making his PBC debut
Okay.
versus Alberto Palmetta, a southpaw from Argentina. He's an Olympian too. I think he won a medal in 2016. So that's a fun card though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Figueroa. I got Figueroa knocking out Carlos Castro.
Castro. And, interesting about that fight, both guys are big 22 pounders. And I feel like the extra, fighting at 26 is going to help both guys. I want to see how they probably have a little bit more energy. I think it's a hell of a fight because you got a boxer puncher, a guy like Figueroa who got a crazy style. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, Neri should have got him out of. He almost got him out of there, and I thought Escandón had him out basically. He
Yeah,
basically had him out, and he just let him off the hook.
he did. Yep.
And I was surprised he got all 12 rounds with Neri because Neri's no bum. And he can punch.
Yeah, he kind of got back in that fight too. I thought Neri was
Yeah, he did get back in. Yeah.
Neri let him get back in the fight, and then Escandon, I don't know, he just, but then he came back to. Did he stop Escandon in that
He
fight?
stopped Escandón. Yeah, I
That
think
was
round 9 or something.
that was a hell of a fight. So yeah, so that's a good card. Let me see. when my man spoke on Teofimo, he said that they announced the Broner card. Albert said he's on it. No, they haven't announced it yet. But yeah, I heard Albert supposed to be on it. I'm thinking he may face Will Foster. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But top rank, they gonna have some good cards too coming up. They got August the 6th, top rank got Michael Conlon coming back. And then the 13th, they got Teofimo. The 20th of August is supposed to be Navarrete coming back versus Eduardo Baez. And the 27th, you have Pedraza versus Comey.
Wait, the same Baez who just fought Aleem, right?
Yeah, and he just
Wow.
he just beat Vivas on the top rank card on the undercard of
Okay.
undercard of Burchett versus Nagathia.
Hell, man. Them active.
Yes, sir. So yeah, it's a lot, man. There's some good stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for this fight. This fight, man, I love this fight right here, man. Yeah,
No quick comment, man. Of course they're gonna push it like that.
man. You saw them be doing the artwork. The beast from the east, like Joe Smith is so easy to root for, yo. It's crazy.
I see everybody putting in late money on him. I'm on the fence about this fight. I've been talking about it with people.
Yeah,
I'm just afraid that he's gonna shell up.
He been asking for this fight though. He been asking for this fight since like
a while, yeah.
So maybe it's one of those things. Be careful what you wish for or ask for. But I think he, Joe Smith, he always come to fight. You're not just gonna run through him. That's the one thing I don't see happening. I think it's gonna be probably back and forth the first 6 or 7 rounds, and I think Turby is gonna take over. That's how I see it. It's a fun fight, yo. Did you see the Dubois fight last week?
That was a joke. I mean, that is everything wrong with heavyweight boxing in this country. I feel like.
Yo,
I'm 23 years old, so growing up, most of my guys, a lot of us, we played basketball. I was the only one who did boxing when I was younger, and I got out of that to play basketball and football and everything else, like everyone else. So I feel all the talent is going towards that, and it just kind of showed because Trevor Bryan, and I made a video, but it got copyrighted. I'm gonna invert it. I used a decaf title when trash talk goes wrong because that's going to bring in the views.
Yeah.
And it was Bryan and Dubois. I mean, he did a whole bunch of stuff, talking, and we saw the play.
Yeah.
He just kind of looked like an imposter in there. I mean, he did show that. I did like the way he was getting away from Dubois' right hands. To be honest, it wasn't the best, but I like that. But other than that, and the jab that stopped him in his tracks when he threw it, when he doubled up on it, that was it. He didn't do anything else.
See, that's what I was saying, yo. I needed him to come in about 245.
I told you it was going to be heavy, right? I said he looks out of shape again, and he came in. I thought he was going to be like 262. He came in at 260, but his last fight was 264 anyway. The same deal. So the guy's still around these 260s, still eating.
His last 2 fights before this was 268 and 267.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I'm like, you ain't giving. So I saw the game plan. He was trying to make Dubois miss, and
fight.
Like you said, he was getting up under. He was getting up under the right hand, and he was doing okay, But I felt like you're not in enough shape, and you're not athletic enough to do that the whole 7 to 8 rounds that you're trying to do, so you can step up your game plan. He couldn't even get there. You know what I'm saying? I think Michael Hunter can employ that game plan. You know what I'm saying? He can do that. He can kind of go through the motions, use some lateral movement, throw a punch here and there to get the bar kind of winded, and then go at him late in the fight. But Trevor Bryan can't do that shit, man. He wasn't even close to it. You got a great game plan, really, but you don't got the fighter to implement it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Stacey McKinley talks a lot. I haven't heard him
Yeah.
since.
Man, look, if he was so nice, if he was so good, and they were so confident in him, you would have heard Larry Holmes on every channel talking about this is the greatest fighter since blah 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 whatever. Man, Larry Holmes was in the camp for maybe a week, and then he went to the UK and did some photo op with Cooney, and that's where he met Daniel Dubois. He's got more pictures with Daniel Dubois in the build up to this fight than he got with Trevor Bryan. That just let you know that let me know everything I need to know.
I saw the Ingram show, the live stream, and he was talking about. He said that when he interviewed Stacey said that he didn't let Larry Holmes hold the pads even once for him.
See what I'm saying? I think you talking about Ingram, right?
Yeah, BWTF.
Yeah. He interviewed Trevor Bryan too, and when he asked him about Larry Holmes, he basically was saying the way I took it. He was like, Larry Holmes ain't do nothing for me. He said it's about it's a Trevor Bryan show. It's not about Larry Holmes. So Larry Holmes was implementing some stuff. When you say, "Well, Larry Holmes is a great addition. I love having him.
That's
He
a great addition.
taught me that. He got me focused." He talking about, man, this is a Trevor Bryan show. So I don't know. I was kind of skeptical with that anyway, because these older guys, like these guys, ain't really in the gym getting these guys ready. Like the former champions, they just can give you advice. Hey, watch out for this, or make sure you're on this. They ain't in there. He said you said he won't let Holmes hold the pads.
Nope, he said that when he asked Stacey said that Larry Holmes wanted to hold the pads, and he told him, "No, I'm the head trainer. I hold the pads."
Then what's the point of having them in there then? Because maybe holding the pads, he can, tell them, how to throw this right hand or this jab, or so. Yeah, it was all just.
And where does he really go from here? I mean,
He
he
done.
could hope to be like a Jared Anderson opponent or another a white opponent in the comeback, maybe the Lovejoy route, marketing wise, but try to actually get the fight instead of talking about it. Maybe he can do that. I don't know if he'll take a Guidry rematch.
Yeah, that might be his best option, but I think he's done because the only reason why people want to fight him is because he had that WBA title, and if you're going to go negotiate to fight Trevor Bryan with Don King, that means he gonna want extra
Big
money
money.
and options on the fighter that he ain't even built up. So it's like he basically done unless he can somehow get out that contract, and I doubt it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's. I mean, I saw him on Instagram. I mean, before the Dubois fight, even before his Guidry fight. I mean, he's got a big house, got a nice car, and
Yeah,
I guess he's okay financially.
I hope he's okay. We'll see. But Dubois, he got sky's the limit now. I don't think he should go see Joe Joyce right now, but I like that he called out Dylan White. That'd be fun.
I think he can beat Joe Joyce down the line,
Think he can
like
down.
within a year, 2 years for sure.
I like the one between Huey Fury versus Hunter, but that
Is
that
that
fight
fight off? Like, is it rescheduled or is it off totally? Because I heard that it was off.
he got postponed. Yeah.
Okay.
I like another one, Martin Bacoli. Imagine that fight. That'd be a hell of a fight. But that's a dangerous fight for Dubois though, because Bacoli look like he can take some punches, and if he can take some shots from Dubois and keep coming like he did against Tony Yoka, listen, he could probably do similar stuff to what Joe Joyce did to him. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
had Dubois up in that fight before he took a knee. To be honest,
I forgot
it
how
was close. I
it was.
had him up by a point.
It was a real close fight. I felt like he was still in the play from Joe Joyce though. Like Joe Joyce was just landing jabs, but he was landing combination. And you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. To be honest, like what I took from that fight, really the only thing big to work on was just that Ed move to get away from the jab. If he got away from the jab,
Yeah.
that's easier said than done. But It was only one real thing that I saw wrong, like big thing that I saw wrong. But other
Yeah,
than that, I think he's very solid.
yeah,
And
he's
he's definitely go places. So.
my man Nick in the building. What's good with you, bro? So I feel like he still got room to improve. He's a young fighter. That's a good look getting that title. I mean, even though it's a secondary title, it still put him in position for some big fights. So yeah, he said George jab has been hit. Yeah, yeah, George. I like George. George is he's underrated, but he's good though. He's so slow, but it's like
Yes, I don't know what it is like, and I'll say this: he stopped doing backflips.
uh,
He's slow. He's gotten even a bit slower,
yeah,
especially now. Like he's 36 or 37.
yeah, and he's
It's
been
gonna
getting
catch up to him, yeah,
he's been getting bigger too.
and bigger. Yeah, he's bulked up probably 20 pounds since.
Exactly. I think he was like 260 for the bar, and that was coming down because he was moving up. I think when he fought Wallace, she was like 274 or something like that. I like him.
Yeah, he was out of shape.
I like Joe like under 260. He said slow Joe got decent feet. Yeah, he got decent. Yeah, he do got decent feet, and his jab is quicker than. That's why the jab throw you off because it's quick. But the right hand, you can see it coming. The left hook, that shit coming from way.
When I saw him fight Stavern, dude, I literally it was in my living room, and I thought I was sitting on my remote, and I thought it was playing back. He's moving so slow. I just kept checking underneath my butt. I was like, "Why is my remote underneath here? Where's my remote? Why is it so slow?"
Got slow motion. The Usanov fight. Oh my god, both guys.
Yeah, that was a clown show. I call that a clown show.
It was missing. Both guys were missing in slow motion.
And then a left hook lands, and then he just goes down.
That was that was the slowest fight ever.
Ustinov versus Hunter, I thought was really funny too. He says, "Did you hear the commentary on that fight?"
That was the zone, right? With best.
No, that was on that was on Sky. It was in Monaco because Hunter came in late notice.
Yeah, I remember the fight. I don't remember the commentary though.
Yeah, he was like he hit him with the same right hand over the top. He was jumping.
Yeah,
He was like jumping to hit him over the top with the right hand, and he put him down. And they said, "Oh, he looks badly hurt. He looks distressed. He doesn't know where he is. He looks like a deer in the headlights. This isn't good."
yeah,
Distressed because he's so old.
he was distressed. Usanov, man, he always been like kind of trash to me. I never really liked this style.
But didn't Fury pull out on him the day of the fight because he said his uncle died?
Yeah, I remember
The
that.
trainer, the day of the fight.
That fight would have been ugly too.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
They saved us. I appreciate it.
To be honest, like talking about Fury, I think Fury's shot, man. I don't think Fury is as good as what he used to be. I thought the best Fury would have been the one preparing to fight David Haye.
Oh yeah, that was
On point. I mean, none of this fat. Not even it's. I know it's not bodybuilding, but you could just tell by the physique and the speed and everything because he had abs back then, and he was at that, especially for that camp, he was ready to go.
Yeah. I still think his best performance was the Christian Hammer fight. Christian Hammer or
Yeah, that was pretty good.
the second Chisora fight. But it's gonna be hard to beat him, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard.
Right now, because these heavyweights just aren't what they should be. But if Usyk was bigger, I'd have him a clear favorite over Fury. But
Pulev versus Joyce, yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, that's gonna be a slow motion fight too. I would say, just given Eddie Hearn, I would say
that's not happening.
has Dylan White fought Pulev yet? Nope. I say if Pulev win, he'll get Dylan White. But yeah, because
that's a good fight for White to come back from.
He should have took that fight when he had the opportunity. He would have got to the world title quicker. But I see the play what they was trying to do. They're trying to have him get the Wilder fight, get that belt, and then come back and do a UK undisputed.
But how were they going to do the Wilder fight when they didn't want to do the mandatories?
That's what I'm saying. But they, you know what? He didn't even have to do that. You remember Showtime? They aired Shazor too,
Yeah, they did.
and then he came the next month. He came to Pacquiao Broner, so and he was a free agent. So they didn't have to do no mandatory. He could have went straight to that fight.
Because they would have been Wilder White in November instead of Wilder Ortiz too.
Yeah, they still had the Brazil mandatory, but they could have gave White a fight on that undercard and build up. So it would, yeah, like you said, yeah.
I think that would have been a better fight. Well, it would have shut up a lot of the fans, but there would a lot of other people would come out of the woodworks and say that he's still avoiding people if he took out White in November.
I still want to see that. He said, "I'm a Brit, but I don't think Fury want no parts of Usyk." That may be true. I don't know. I think Fury beats Usyk though. I don't think nobody beating Fury right now.
That's sad, and that's the sad part. I don't even think it should be like that.
I think Joe Joyce have a chance, but he's too slow though. Fury gonna be boxing. He gonna be moving all around the ring, and Joe Joyce gonna be following him around.
I don't like when people try to put Fury in this GOAT discussion. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all.
I mean, I hate doing that while these guys is active. Like, even though I don't really agree either, but it's like, I don't know. It's just a narrative people want to run with, and you want to get people talking.
Yeah, I'm not really even big on the division, to be honest, for a couple of years, dude. I just didn't feel like there were that. The person's skill set, I like AJ has a skill set, but he doesn't have the mindset.
Yeah. I like AJ when he was throwing those uppercuts on the inside.
Yeah.
And being aggressive. I don't like the tentative AJ, the chess player, and gotta be so.
Wilder has the mindset, but he doesn't have the skill set, and I think he was kind of sabotaged from even before Malik. Like, I mean, if we know Mark Breland isn't doing anything for you,
yeah,
you should have got rid of him a long time ago. I mean, those haters, we were calling them haters back then. You could see it on the boxing forums. They were saying to get rid of him in 2012. In 2012.
Yeah. You know what? I was on the mindset that even if Wilder got a good trainer that was teaching him, the basics 1, 2, 3, I would think he probably wouldn't have been as effective as he was by just being an awkward, rangy, big right hand puncher. Because I think that was his kind of advantage. Like he do stuff in the ring that they don't teach, and you can't really get ready for. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing was to get on him and lean on him like Fury did.
But see, if he was sound, that wouldn't have happened as badly. That wouldn't have he wouldn't have been done up like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like that.
I just felt really disappointed. To be honest, you could tell a lot of people were just really disappointed with it. And if he had lost the decision to him, I wouldn't have had a big deal at all, because Fury is a better boxer. But to get put like that, get done like that by him,
bruh. Yeah, I was there, and the pockets was kind of light after that. So you already know I was sick. But
yeah, I know. I remember you saying how much you put into this.
I was sick. And when he dropped him in the 4th round, bro, I went crazy. I was like, "Yo, come on!"
I was watching from my laptop. When I saw the first 10 seconds of round 1, I got up and went to the bathroom.
Damn.
Because he looked unsteady. He looked bad again.
But I don't think you can fix that though. It ain't, because I thought he did well the first 2 rounds, stab jabbing. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you could tell it was just all telegraphed.
Yeah, it was.
He could see those coming. That wasn't really a game plan, because he went to the body better before.
You can't change him though. You can't change
now because he's 37.
Well, before, because you know what, the power. You know what I'm saying? If the dude was falling in love, even the fights. If you go back and watch some of his fights when he was on Showtime and with Golden Boy, even with the Kelvin Price, Kelvin Price, even the one with Nikolai Further. He was
Yeah.
off balance and doing all that shit then. You know what I'm saying? Further came out the first 10 seconds and landed a jab and pushed Wilder back. And he was and when he hit him with that jab, he squared up. If Further had any type of power or confidence, maybe we you know what I'm saying? So he haven't fixed that. That was 2012. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Yeah,
They just I don't know, man. Shelley Finkel tried to build him up as an attraction instead of putting confidence. I think there's a lot of blame to go around. I don't think somebody with that athletic ability should have been he could have done a lot more. He literally could have been this heavyweight's Thomas Hearns, honestly. I'm not saying all time great. I don't know about all time great. It's just because the comp isn't that in this era, and that's just what you have to live with. But definitely with his tools, there could have been a lot more done, and I think a lot of people cut corners.
I felt like if you could have been consistent with the jab, I think it would have set up. It would probably would have made his career a little bit more better and some of his knockouts more cleaner. Because if he got a good jab, we seen in the Severn fight, he got a good jab, but he never really used it. So he was just
In the first Fury fight, he had a solid jab. He busted his nose up.
He was focused on power more, and yeah, you can blame a lot of people. You can look
I'm
at
just blaming everybody. I want somebody to pay up my money.
shoot, man. I don't know though. Like Wilder though, he has brought a lot to the sport. Like even that second Ortiz fight when he was saying everything he said he did in that fight. I can be saying you can be winning and all I need is 1 second, and that's what happened. So like that shit is crazy. So it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? It's a give and take for sure.
I wouldn't been mad if he lost the decision, like I said, but I think
went
I
out.
thought he slowed down even before he lost a little bit because of the age. Nobody's gonna be B-Hop.
Yeah,
And I think it's better just to stay retired. There's no point coming back to
I do too.
fights nobody would give you credit for anyway. And you had your shot and it's kind of evaporated now.
I think. See, I look at it both ways. I don't know why I be on the fence too much, but I look at it both ways because the way he was talking about going to see a doctor and using medicine to decide if he's gonna come back. I ain't like that. I feel like shit. You out the door then. You gotta do all that. But then again, if you want to have a farewell fight, I mean, I've seen great champions do that before. I just want to have a farewell fight. He don't even have to fight nobody real. Fight Jerry Forrest. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever, just to give your fans one last look. It is what it is. Like, I can see him going both ways, but having a title run, like, I ain't gonna lie, he would have problems with. I don't know if he can take a shot no more.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think he can take a big shot anymore.
imagine if a guy like even Dubois landed that same shot on Wilder, he's getting slept. Like he ain't making it to the 11th round. You feel me? So it's his career. I mean, I know he gave it a lot to the sport of boxing and stuff like that. I still rock with him, but I'd rather see him if he's gonna come back, just get one more and do like a big celebration and get up out of there.
Nah, I don't even think he should come back at all.
Yeah, I see that too. Because that man, when I was at the fight, I was saying, I'm like, both guys not gonna be the same after this. Like
Fury, but the thing with Fury is he's a professional at getting knocked down and getting back up. If that's the one weird thing about him, it's not he's big and can move because I know niggas at the post office who are big and can move too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But it's the fact that it's his recovery.
Yeah.
Like Holyfield, the same thing. These guys can recover in seconds. He has a home on that canvas.
Yeah.
He literally has rental property. I mean, he just knows how to go there, check in, and come back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's unique.
Yeah, that's true, especially with a big puncher. I still think Wilder took something from him though, but I think he took more from Wilder though. So it's
he took everything.
So it's like you're gonna be risking your because that spot he got hit with, that's the same spot he said he got the dent or whatever. That's what they say. So I feel like shit. That's a liability because he got hit with that same. He got hit on that same spot in every knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, imagine
It could have been like a compression fracture or something that's been building up. I don't think Fury punches hard enough to create that in one go. That may have been building up, almost like a like people break their legs after consistent abuse, things like that. So maybe he kept getting hit there in sparring or whatever. Stephen Shaw said he had him hurt.
Yeah, he was doing good against Wilder in sparring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm with you too. I would like both ways because the fans want to see him back, and he don't gotta fight nobody real. But then again, you still risking it though, because I think that soft spot I think is legit. Because Fury, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it was a good shot, but it wasn't. I mean, Wilder was kind of ducking away. He took a little bit off of it too, and it still had him hurt.
Yeah, sure. That shit was so exciting, and being up in there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I had like 20 emotions all at one time. You're not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be that unbalanced. That punch Wilder hit Fury with in the third fight, fourth round wobble. Yeah, it went all the way through his body. That was crazy. Like, he's a hell of a puncher. But see, then again, he broke his hand with that shot or around that round. I felt like him switching the gloves kind of hurt him too. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like Fury just he always was one step ahead of Wilder. I thought even in the press conference, when Wilder was quiet, I was like, okay, stay like that. But then at the end, he started talking. I'm like, oh shit, he won. That's what Fury wanted you to do every time, So it is what it is. Fury wore those gloves they didn't really approve of, so he switched to puncher gloves. The same glove he broke his hand like 3 times. He switched to those, and then what happened? Break his hand again. So I don't know. He gotta get that Fury residue off of him. that shit on him strong.
It can't unless he beats him, but that'll never happen at this rate.
Oh, don't come back.
Maybe in another life, but if I was me, I would fight him 100, 200, 500 times if I could. I know that can't happen, but it's just the principle.
Honestly, I wouldn't really necessarily want to see it, but that's probably still the biggest fight. Well, I think AJ. I want to see Wilder and AJ too. I still want to see that. This for just an entertainment purposes.
I don't know. That's probably not gonna happen.
No, it's not. He said, yeah, he broke his on the forehead. Yep. That was just you know what though, the trilogy, the two fight, people can make a case that all 3 fights was one-sided. I thought the first fight was close, honestly.
The first fight was close.
Yeah, but the second fight, no,
that wasn't a fight.
And then the third fight had so many highs and lows, and it was.
I thought it was okay up until round 5.
Yeah,
and then parts of 9 and 10, and that was it. That was the only competitive parts.
Yeah, but so they can close that chapter. It's all good. We'll see.
Sad to go out like that. Sad to no. No.
I ain't gonna lie. As a fan, I'm like, damn. We gotta go out like this. So, like, I'm with you though. I'm kind of want him to ride in the sunset, but then again, as a fan, but he can't worry about what I think though, because hey, if we get one more, face an unherited guy, and get beat up on, then what we gonna say? You know what I'm saying? For he ruined them. So I forgot Joe Smith beat up on Fonfara. I remember that fight.
Yeah, that was what put him on.
Mm-hmm. That was
he did that in Chicago, I think.
Yep. That's what AB versus Figueroa supposed to be at Chicago.
The UIUC Pavilion or whatever. We usually have the fights there.
Fight there. Vlasov was giving Joe Smith that work. He said fight 2 was hard to watch, but the tower did his job. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Damn, Joe Smith. And they're talking about Joe Smith and beating from far and stuff like that. His career coming up with those with his yeah. But yeah, it's all good. So yeah, man, I'm about to close it down, man, and enjoy these fights, man. I appreciate you coming through for sure.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, man. Salute to the chat, man. I'm about to close it out. Y'all have a good one.
Sure.
I'm gone.